Hey guys, Jerry here again with Half-Assed Fishing, and today I'd like to talk a little bit about gear. There's a lot of misconceptions out there about gear that you needed to get started, especially catfishing. So a lot of the famous YouTube people will tell you right off the bat, hey, don't go out and spend a bunch of money on gear. Start off small. You can always improve and get better stuff later on. That's a load of crap, okay? You think about it. I watched somebody the other day that said that biggest catfish he had ever caught, he caught on a $29 ugly stick from Walmart. But when you go look at his videos, it's funny, the only thing he uses are high dollar name brand rods, name brand reels. Don't fall into the trap of buying cheap equipment. One, it won't hold up. Two, you simply don't look like you know what you're doing. Just think about it. Are you going to be one of those guys, you pull up to the boat ramp and you've got your old Zebco 808 or 888 on an old Eagle Claw rod? Everybody's giving you side eye, everybody's throwing shade at you. Step it up. Go Whisker Seeker, go Hellcat, something like that. Look at this picture and tell me which one of these two guys you think knows more about fishing. While we're talking about gear, I just wanted everybody to give you a heads up. Stay tuned, because at the very end of this video, I'm going to tell you what the #1 most important piece of gear every fisherman needs. So stay tuned. So guys, once again, the most important thing isn't actually catching fish, it's looking like you know how to catch fish. Humans, we're social animals, just like every other animal. There's a pecking order, and that's established, right? Who's the alpha, who's the beta, on down the line. So when people tell you, hey, you don't need expensive, fancy, nice fishing gear, they're just setting you up for failure. Make sure you get the good stuff. Another question that I get a lot of times, hey, do I need a boat to be a serious catfisherman? Probably not, but think about what it looks like when you pull up to the lake or the reservoir or the river. Are you going to be that guy that pulls up in mama's minivan to bank fish with some 20-year-old rods and reels and your thing of sunny stink bait or whatever, chicken livers? Or are you going to be the guy at the boat ramp, Hellcat rods, Whisker Seeker rods, Big Cat Fever rods, nice reels on them, in a nice boat? Which guy do you think looks like knows what he's doing? While we're on the topic of gear, guys, here's another important piece of gear for up-and-coming catfishermen, right? Planer boards. I have no idea how you use them, what they're for, or anything else, but everybody you see on YouTube, right? All the big catfishermen guy have these boards. So here's a tip, just between the two of us. You don't have to know how to use these silly things, right? Tie a sinker on the end of your line, clip this thing on, throw it out there, they'll go out behind you and spread out and everything. It keeps the bass fishermen away. You look good doing it. Everybody's like, oh man, he must know what he's doing. He's got planer boards. You don't actually have to know how to use them to look good, and that is the half-assed fisherman way. I told you earlier on in the video, guys, that we've talked about rod and reels, we've talked about boats, we've talked about planer boards. I'm going to tell you right now, the #1 most important piece of fishing equipment for every catfisherman, and it's this. Right, guys, your cooler is the #1 most important piece of fishing equipment you have.